Hey, welcome back to the Spark Faith Podcast. I am Dr. Chris Sargent, and today we are going to talk about discouragement. I know this is going to end up so good, but we're going to talk about what happens when you get discouraged. Like, let's say you're chugging along and you're doing the weight loss or you're doing the gut health, you're doing the things that you want to do for your health, right? You're on the path. And then you get a hangnail. I don't know. You you twist your ankle and you're a little off for your movement, or it's some big giant party and you just like kind of get off the track somewhere. But then you realize like, oh, this is so discouraging because you gain a couple pounds back, or your skin is breaking out again, or you can feel the ache in your joints again. You're like, okay. But how discouraging because you let yourself go and then the thoughts start roaming, right? So what happens to you when that happens? What do you do? Right? So I know that when I get discouraged, or when I used to get discouraged, the first thing I would do is get the heck out of Dodge. I would be ashamed and I wouldn't want people to know that I wasn't perfect, or that I screwed up, or that I made some sort of mistake or blunder in whatever it was that I was doing. And so I would isolate myself. And that's a very, very common thing to do. And did you know that even prophets in the Bible tried to isolate themselves? When Elijah came off a great big win, he got super frustrated because nobody was listening to him, and he kind of marched off into the desert and like got rid of his servant and just went off by himself and laid under a bush and said, "You know what? I'm done with this whole thing." Right? Like we just get sort of fatalistic in our thoughts and our thought processes. And so we kind of just lay down and die. That's a little extreme, of course, but anyway, but we just get that way, right? That's just part of human nature, is to isolate and get frustrated and just like give up. And so that's not necessarily a bad place to be, isolated like that. However, in that isolation, um, God actually spoke to Elijah through an angel and just said, "Hey, you know what? Let's take some rest time." So when you realize that you're discouraged, one of the first things that you can do is just take some rest, right? Because sometimes in this discouragement, we've been going so fast that we lose our perspective, and we start focusing on what we used to be able to do, or what we did, or how we got here. But we start looking in the back, and it's really hard to run our life looking in the rearview mirror, right? Because we're going to run into a tree at some point. So if you can just stop and take a little bit of time and maybe isolate just a little bit, but do it in a positive way, right? Like take care of yourself, make a good food choice, make a good movement choice for yourself. Even if it's just take a little time in the evening or morning, or take part of a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, just take a little bit of downtime and rest. Elijah got 2 sets of rest. That was what was prescribed for him. And then he was able to take that break, and God, in that time, you slow down, right? And then you can start hearing the positive things again, right? God can talk to you in a much more positive way from that perspective. And then you can start listening more, and you know that, okay, that's what happened and here's what needs to happen. And so you can start looking you can start stop looking to the past, right? And just start looking to the present, and then you can figure out what you need to do next, right? And you can refocus with a fresh set of lenses, right? You can refocus your attention to your food, what you eat, drink, how you move, how you sleep, how you think, feel, how you're managing your faith, right? But it takes a minute to kind of stop looking in the rearview mirror, slow down, take care of yourself for a minute so that you can refocus, like refueling yourself in that discouragement. So I hope that helps you. I am going to have a masterclass, and we are going to talk about some mindset things. And I just want to encourage you that if you're in a season of discouragement, there is a way out. And you can, you know what? DM me. I'll be happy to help you walk through that. I offer a free consultation if you want, and we are having a masterclass on Thursday. So join us there. Like, join people, get away from that isolation, and let's do this thing together. Okay, love you all. Blessings. Bye bye.